Well, hello everybody. This is Brother Todd with your Victory Minute, and I hope you guys and gals out there are all having a great day. In fact, I hope you're having a better day than I am trying to get this minute shot. This is probably the 30th take. I've been all over this campus. I have got busted by the wind. I have been beat by switches that won't work right. My little contraption that holds this thing normally is broke. I couldn't get the lights on in here, and I had 1 minute completely just about done, and a bunch of the kiddos from Victory Prep, they all moving around the campus, and they was so loud you couldn't hear nothing, which is a Jesus deal, but that's why I kind of keep looking back to see if they're headed this way again right now. Sometimes it's funny, ain't been nothing big, just a bunch of little stuff getting in the way. That's what messed us up, that we found out the other day with our English, the English broadcast of Sunday's outdoor part of the service. If you hadn't got to, you don't know what I'm talking about, go back, get on the website and catch the archive. And if you're connected to us in any way, I'd really encourage you to be part of that service and hear what we kind of were talking about. But we did part of it in here, and then we went outside back on some back part of our land and did some, finished out the sermon. What I'm gonna do, because we did have a problem and there is no English version out there, I'm going to be shooting, I think this afternoon, if that wind will lay down. I'm going to kind of try to get you one shot and made, and we got a bunch of drone footage to put into it, and hopefully it'll be a neat deal. But that whole thing got messed up by something simple. They told me it was messed up. Of course, all I can think of is one of these expensive cameras not working right. And so anyway, they got it in, got to looking at it, and Brother Art goes, well, here's the problem. Little old switch, it got hit. Little switch, I guess, from mute to unmute or audio to whatever, I don't know, some feed in line, something simple. Something was all set, just probably in the jostling around and doing of everything out there, it got flipped. And when it did, it completely wiped out the whole thing. Just like trying to get this video made today and every little thing. And it got me thinking, I was going to talk about something else, but it got me thinking about how something little and something simple, something you start out with that's just not set right, can really get in your way. And how, when you're trying to fix something, to just, like Art did the other day, go to looking for the simple stuff. Sometimes in life, our lives can get really messed up. We can really feel like we're out of track. We don't feel like we have good fellowship with God. Our relationships at home are suffering. Maybe something physically or mentally is going on, and it can. And the best place when you feel like something's not right to start is to start simple. Start simple. When you got a headache, don't jump to a brain tumor in your mind all of a sudden. You might just be a little tired, not getting enough sleep at night. Start with the simple stuff. When I was a boy, I couldn't get a lawnmower to crank. My daddy wasn't home. I'd roll it down the street to my grandpa, and I'd roll it there in the shop, and I'd tell them men, I say, hey, I can't get this thing to crank. And invariably, they would all walk over and open the gas can, look in the gas tank. And I'd tell them, it's got gas in it, but they didn't take my word for it. They'd unscrew the little lid, and they'd look in there themselves. If that wasn't it, first thing they'd do is pull a spark plug out of it, because everything we have wore out anyway, so it was usually messing up. But it was always the simple stuff. They didn't start with the coal bad or the the carburetor's messed up. None of that. They didn't get all technical with it. They started with the simple things. And so many times in life, you can really get things back on track quick by looking for the simple things. I've made no secret in ministry and life, even out here on the internet, with the fact that since I was about 28 years old, I've had an on and off again battle with depression. And but I can just about always, when I start getting dark, and that's what I call it, when I start getting dark, I don't feel, some people when they have depression, they feel sad. I don't really feel sad. I'm the I don't care version of it. I just, whatever. I can't do nothing about it. I don't care anyway. Kind of get fatalistic with it. But whenever that happens, I've learned I can't give those thoughts a whole day. I can't give them 2 or 3 days at a time, okay? And that's what it'll do. It'll swallow me up to where I lose a whole week. Before I know it, I've just kind of floated along. And then, of course, thank God in my world, I have to preach. at least a couple of times a week, no matter what, in the middle of the week and at the end of the week. And I take that serious, and I don't ever want to stand in front of the people that sit in those chairs and my heart, my mind not be right. And so that gives me kind of a checkup, so to speak. But to spend time with God. Spending time with God is the one thing that will always break me out of the darkness. It's the simple things. When I start getting dark, I'll notice that I'm not reading my Bible. That's usually the first one. I get so busy. You can be so busy for the king that you don't spend time with the king. And but it'll be something like that. Just not getting the word in. Just not really praying. You pray, you talk to God, God, and but you don't spend any real time focusing on it. And that will always, it's simple. It's a simple little switch. Christians got to pray. Christians got to spend time with God. Remember, we're in a spiritual battle. These things are not, they're only going to be overcome by spiritual means. And so you got to do the things we know to do, but we don't always do. I'll tell people, you need to pray about this, and they'll go, oh, I know. Well, you knowing it and you doing it is two different things, okay? And so there's Mason Peavy. Here's Brother Mason. He is now the 30th interruption I've had on making this. Come over here and say hi, Mason, because we're not stopping this one. I'm not going off because I have had it restarting. So everybody say hi to Mason.
Hello, Internet land.
My son. And I should put a sign on the door so he don't come through here and bother me. But anyway, we just putting this one out. I don't care if I go stuttering or I trip and fall, whatever. You're going to see the whole thing. And so anyway, if I say any bad words, I'll edit that. How about that? But yeah, I hope I don't. But anyway, what was I talking about, everybody? Anyway, simple stuff. So when I get in those dark places, I have to make sure I'm doing the simple things. And if just in any kind of problem solving, but especially as it regards where you're going in life, you can feel like, my teenagers and me were distant. Okay. I don't know what's happening with them. Things feel off. Well, are you having dinner together? Are you saying a blessing together? Not just God's good, God's great, let's eat, kind of deal. But you're praying for them, spend time with them. All right. Get around that dinner table. Cook something. Get up in the morning. Fix breakfast. Don't throw a kid a donut. Get up in the morning. Fix breakfast. Spend that time with them. They live in as hectic a world as we do right now. Okay. There's just nothing like spending time. It's just the little simple things. But what happens is we get so far behind that we got our hands thrown up in the air. We don't know what to do. We don't know what's going on. So if you're dealing with any kind of little problem like that, relationships or in your spirit or anything, look for the simple fixes. You're doubting your salvation. No prayer, no study, and no witness. Sooner or later, you're going to feel lost. It's simple. You were my witnesses, Jesus said, right? It don't get more basic than praying and reading your Bible. Just look for that simple little switch. If you're sensing any kind of problem going on in your life, just look for that simple thing. Guys, in truth, it's loving God and loving each other. It's not hard. And it's not, I used to say all the time, don't take a rocket scientist to figure this out. Just listen for the Lord's voice and respond in the things that you know to do. I got a pressure washer at the house, and some genius decided to put the switch for that thing on the other side of the motor. And every other thing's over here on the right side. And I'm going to tell you, I'll get over there and I'll choke it right, and I turn the gas on, I do all that kind of stuff. But invariably, every other time I try to crank that thing, that switch is off and it's on the other side. And I pull that rope and pull that rope and pull that rope, and I usually say, what is wrong with this stupid thing? And then I remember the stupid thing is not the pressure washer. The stupid thing is me. You got to turn the switch on. You turn the switch, pull the thing, it works. You following me today? Look for those simple fixes before you get yourself all frustrated. Now, some things in life are complicated, and some things in life God help us, we don't just get to flip a switch. But 9 times out of 10, especially in spiritual things, if you can just make sure you're doing the simple things, okay? All right, I'm gonna get out of here, and before something else happens today, again, I'm gonna try to shoot you my part of the video deal today. We got some contraption coming in to do it, and it's supposed to have been overnighted here, and then we're going to try to get that out for you on Thursday. All right. Hey, have a great day. Bye-bye.